social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
All right, grace and peace, everybody. We're back. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. You know what we're about to do. We're about to break down these Tiffany Henyard write-in ballot numbers. Gosh, you probably already seen it. You probably have already heard about it. It was way less than what we anticipated. Way less. Some people had a lot of hope. I thought she was going to break 1,000. A lot of people had a lot of hope, a lot of faith out there, but yeah, that faith and that hope was not well placed into reality. My goodness, in the morning. So I'm sitting here cracking jokes and I just scroll right past it. I had it up here ready and I roll right past it. Yeah, this is going to be a mess. But thank y'all so much for tapping in with me tonight. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. What do we got up in the building? We got Joyce in the house. What's up? Kamala, good to see you. Grace and peace. Empowered Journeys with Dawn. How are you? Grace and peace to you. Bobo in the building. I see you over there. How are you, friend? Precise is here in the house. There she is. What's up, Mandy? Grace and peace to you, sister. She didn't win in a landslide. Oh, no landslides were hurt in these election results. Shout out to you. What's going on, Strawberry Shortcake? Good to see you. All right, let's get this thing popping. What's up, Angie? Good to see you, Skeeter. I appreciate y'all stopping through. Who is this right here? Riff Raff. I appreciate you. Riff Raff in the building. Jojo Grum's in the house. Good to see you too, sir. Grace and peace to you. All right, so with no further ado, let's just go ahead and get in here because there's actually more people in this live chat, almost more people. Let's get more likes than she got votes. How about that? Let's do it. Let's bring it in. Okay, so this is from the Cook County Clerk's office. I did leave the link down in the description. Let me just put it in the chat too, just so if you want to go check it out. I know there's some other races that people wanted to know about and the such like that. So I just dropped the link to the whole write-in ballot portion. You can just go to Cook County's website and they're there. All right, so good gracious, man. So Tiffany A. Henyard, she was a write-in candidate, and on election day, she got 117 votes. Early voting, she got 53. Mail-in, she got 22. And I don't know what vote center is, but she only got one. I don't think, even with us not knowing what vote center means, I don't think that's going to change, make a big deal. What'd you say here, Bobo? Oh, I was told I had a big face, man. I was told I had a big face. So I had to put it up there. I gotta respect. I gotta put respect on it. Somebody told me I had a big face. So I guess that means something. I don't know. So I just, I'll leave it there for maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm doing my birthday live stream starting at about 4:30 tomorrow because I have to go pick up Chief Executive second born from school. But we're just gonna come on and we're just gonna chop it up. I got lots of guests coming through, all that kind of stuff like that. Maybe then I'll remove big face off of there. Maybe I'll do it right now. How about that? Yes, I have no idea what vote center is. Maybe that is where she went and voted for herself. I don't know. Yeah, I put my, here we go. I have no idea what vote center is. Let me bring it back up again. So 193 votes. The fact that she got 536 votes in Dalton alone when she lost to Jason House, those people did not even run it back. The 536 people in Dalton themselves didn't even run it back and say, well, we'll at least vote for her this time. That's where I was getting my numbers from. I was thinking like, oh, if 500 people voted for her in Dalton and there's 17 towns and 500 people vote in each town for her, this could be bad. That's what I was thinking. Lo and behold, not so much. I tell you, man, write-in candidates are never. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Now, I do wonder how many people maybe misspelled her name, didn't put Tiffany A. Henyard, maybe misspelled Henyard. I just wonder if that's anything like that. But 193 is poultry. I mean, that's pretty bad. There's 212 people watching this live stream. If everybody watching this live stream hits the little like button right now, we will officially have more votes than Tiffany did. That's so sad, man. I mean, She had the people coming out in the drones. She had the buses. She had the carpools. What she say? Somebody tried to land a plane, and none of that actually came to fruition. Not a bit. Not a bit. Oh, that's so bad, man. That's so bad. So we've been waiting. So now we got the official write-in ballot numbers. Tiffany Henyard got 193 votes, which is I don't even understand. Like, that's some bad business right there, man. So now I want to ask y'all as the audience, the watching audience. You know what? Let me hold on. Let me do a poll. Let me do a poll first. People like telling me, hey man, you need to do a poll about that. So okay, before I ask the question, let me put the poll up first. And all of y'all need to hit the like button because there's 233 y'all up in here. We can get more than Tiffany did. Come on, help me out. Help your brother out. Help your brother out. All right, let me put the poll question up here. All right. All right. All right. I put the poll question up. So the question is, what is going to be Tiffany Henyard's next role? What is her next role? Y'all go ahead and answer that. I know it's going to be a hoop. Wow, y'all already going strong on that. Oh, hey, by the way, thank you so much. Where's Laura say? Laura said, thank you so much, Laura, for the $2 super. She says, happy birthday, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And of course, Angie came in with a $10 super. She also says, have a great birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, y'all. y'all are not giving Tiffany any kind of wiggle room. Y'all want that chick in jail. Hold on, let me get your meme for y'all because y'all clearly want this meme. So let me go ahead and bring this meme in here. Here y'all go.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Man, y'all ain't playing at all. I know one thing, y'all do not want her to be on any other elected positions. I see that strong and serious. Y'all said no more elected positions for you, Lady Henyard. Y'all said you going to jail, chica. All right. So if you just jumped in, thank you so much to the 250 of you all that are in the best live chat on the internet. Tiffany Henyard's election results, her write-in election results are in. She brought in a whopping, a staggering, a landslide 193 votes, which is amazing. I'm actually kind of surprised that she got that many in retrospect. But I was thinking that, hey, you have 500 people voted for you, 536 people voted for you in Dalton. Let's just say half of those, 250, you multiply that by 17. I was thinking, if you get 250 people per township, per town in the township, this could have been a horse race, right? Not so much. Anyway, on election day, she got 117 votes. And these are people that literally sat down and typed in or wrote in her name. Early voting, she only got 53. So she got twice as many on election day as she got on early voting. And then, of course, mail-in ballots, she only got 22. And we have no idea what vote center is. It's only one. It might be just her own vote for herself. I don't know. All the bingo winners. Y'all said it's the bingo winners. She done bribed the bingo winners. You think the bingo? Wait. The question clearly asks, what do you think is next? Oh, y'all want that? That girl gonna go to jail. 73% of y'all said she going to jail. Wow. Y'all said there ain't no other way around it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight there. I'm with you. Now, let me just ask this question too. Just to be, let's say by some cosmic injustice, she does not go to jail at all. What does she end up? Let's just say somehow or another, she doesn't go to jail. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying what if she never goes to jail? What do you think she's going to do? Just asking a question. She did. Yes, that's a good point. I totally forgot that. Tiffany did get more votes than 4%. She sure did. Yes, she did. Oh, so we got to go. No, Tiffany for mayor. We're not going to do that. No. It says she's going to Mexico. Used car salesman. Scam full time. Y'all are wild. Okay. Okay. I'll be honest with you though. I can see her being like a reality television, her getting on some kind of cheesy reality TV show. I really can. If she don't go to jail, she needs to sign with some agency to get her on a reality TV show quick. Quick. That's the only thing. I mean, I can't think of anything else reasonable for her. Oh, Skeeter said she's gonna leave Dalton. Okay, okay. She gonna run first because she's too slow to understand that the feds are nationwide. Interesting. Okay. School lunch lady. Y'all stop it. Stop it. Tubi for sure. I know we talk about Tubi. I don't know much about it. Tubi sounds like just a really knockoff, low tier, Lifetime BET channel. Do they have reality TV on there? Because I'm telling you, that's her bread and butter. That's going to be her bread and butter. Because then she can play off of all of the notoriety, all the infamy that comes with being who she is. She can play into all that. And really, no, not the Real Housewives of Atlanta. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not here. We do not need her here. I don't think she will now, brilliant, because I want to go to jail too. I'm just asking if she doesn't go to jail, what do you think if jail was not the option? Because there's like 70% of y'all saying she going to jail. But if she don't go to jail, where else would she go? What would happen? Oh, they have all kinds of programs. Okay, I've never seen it before. Oh, yeah. Oh, Bobo says she about to dip on Kamal for a rich old dude. Okay. The Zeus Network. They have some. Yeah, I've heard about them. I've heard about that one too. Return department supervisor for Timu. Y'all, hey, yo, what's up with all this? This China outing all of the places that buy stuff from them. Matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna do. I'm gonna pull in Pink Book lesson. Shout out to Pink Book. She did a video today, and I was like, I didn't know much about this whole story with the tariffs and people in Chinese manufacturers kind of outing these companies and stuff like that. Hey, I saw them numbers on them Adidas though. Them things were speaking to me. I'm like, what? Say less. Let me pull this in. I thought that was a really interesting conversation. I didn't know much about it. Where is it? Oh, here it is right here. Okay, we might watch this together. If you didn't watch it, Timu is toxic. Well, that's what we definitely want. 223. Definitely. We definitely want that for sure. Yeah, Pink Book Lessons is top tier for sure. Absolutely. I really appreciate the work that she puts in to put out this great content. And she earns it. She earns it. Shout out to her. Yo, Renee, I got to put you in timeout. I'm gonna put Renee. Y'all type Renee in the chat and just let Renee know she going in a 0-second timeout right now. If I could see these numbers on my screen, I'm gonna put you in 0-second timeout, Renee. Hold on 1 second. Let me get you in this timeout. Once we get all these likes up in here, there you go. She says she's gonna be the assistant principal for Umar Johnson School. That's so silly. All right, I got you in timeout. You in and you out. You in 0-second timeout. All right, let's go. Oh, come on. See, look, I was hearing about them prices. I was like, wait, hold on. What? Say less. I do wonder what that's going to end up doing to those markets, but we'll see what happens. Oh, okay. I got you. Sheen and Timu clothing is toxic. Gotcha. I think I heard of Sheen before. I knew about Temu, but yeah. But are they knockoffs if they come from the place that makes them? They're just not being sold by Adidas. They're not, it's not being sold by Nike. If you could buy them directly from the manufacturer, is that a knockoff though? Precise? I just think it's fascinating. I'm very interested in how that thing pans out. All right, let me see. All right. No, Umar ain't got no piece of a school. All right, so let's do this. Let's shift gears. I did not intend to talk about this, but now that we're here, I want to hear what y'all think about it. So I didn't know how the whole. I'm not really big on TikTok. Shout out to Mandy. She keeps all my TikTok stuff populating. But I didn't understand how this whole thing with the Chinese manufacturers outing the companies that sell things for like $2,000, but they only paid $10 for it. I didn't know that. So I saw a video today on how much Jordans cost to make, and it's like $17 and something. Crazy, right? So anyway, I'm gonna bring this video in real quick. Let's check it out. What does Precise say? Kind of, sort of, I guess the funny thing is that kind of knockoffs come from the same factories. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, is it really a knockoff if it comes from the company from the place that makes them? They just didn't turn them over to Stanley or Nike or Adidas. So you're buying them directly from the manufacturer. I don't know how that works. I don't have a clue. And what's that going to do to the markets? Well, like, what's that going to do to the high price purse market or the high price shoe market? If you can literally buy your high price shoes, and they're the legitimate shoes, from the manufacturer instead of the company. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of problems there. But I just think, okay, direct marketing, yes, made by child labor, etc. China playing fast and loose with restrictions. Now I'm not justifying any of their manufacturing processes. I'm just saying, like, we're buying the stuff from them though currently. So if we're buying it from China directly as a consumer, or I'm buying it from Adidas and they got it from China, it's the same thing. So here, let's bring this in. I think this is interesting. I just want to hear what y'all thoughts are. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Let's bring that in, get this out of the way. Let's see what she was talking about today. I thought it was an interesting, and again, I hadn't planned on it, so let's just talk about it.
There's a tag saying made in China. The bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own countries and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have Hermes bag and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else like leathers, zippers, and hardware remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer, and be a real person. Buy a bag from our factory in China, see the real world for yourself. As many of you have found out, once again, our TikTok accounts are permanently disabled.
Looks like someone's trying real hard to silence this guy. Wonder who that could be. One thing's for sure, these corporations are sweating bullets right now. Trump extended TikTok twice instead of letting it crash and burn when he had the chance. Because now, these Chinese manufacturers are coming out in full force, blowing the lid off the scam that's been running for decades. And the West is finally watching through a Chinese app, TikTok. Side note, I still find it amazing how the Chinese can freely communicate with us, whatever information they want to share, but the Chinese government won't allow us to freely communicate with them. You see, if we had the same messages for them that they have for us, their government will ban those messages. They will never see them. Remember, they don't see what we see. Their algorithm is highly protected by their government. Now, for years, U.S., Canadian, and European companies have been importing products from China and turning around to sell them at sky-high prices to their own citizens. It's capitalism wrapped in a luxury bow. But now the tables are turning. It's consumers versus producers, U.S. versus China, the people versus corporations, the land of buyers versus the land of manufacturers. And guess what? The manufacturers are talking. The ones who's been behind the scenes producing for Nike, Chanel, Louis V, Hermes, Stanley, Sephora, you name it. They're now pulling back the curtain and saying, here's the real price. And here's how you've been getting played. And TikTok, exploding. People are acting like this is breaking news. Like they didn't know everything's made in China. Like, come on now. Walk through any major U.S. city. Look at the ghost of old factories. Entire buildings abandoned for decades unless real estate vultures snatched them up and flipped them into overpriced apartments. Once upon a time, those places built goods for Americans by Americans. Now they're empty because brands chase cheaper labor, higher margins, and left communities behind. And here's the twist. Those same manufacturers they teamed up with are now flipping the script, taking the designs, the tech, the exact same product specs, and making them available direct to consumer at a fraction of the price. And the brands, of course, big mad. So now what's their move? Try to mute the Chinese manufacturers exposing it all on TikTok. Like this guy here. Yeah, shut him up before the ripple turns into a wave. But is it too late? The curtain's been pulled. Is the illusion crumbling? Are people finally seeing who's been really cashing in this whole time?
As many of you have found out, once again, our TikTok accounts are permanently disabled. But to be honest, I can't really remember how many times. Maybe this is the 7th or the 8th time. And why does this keep happening? Well, in one of the videos I posted in one of our permanently disabled already accounts, I explained that because I spilled too much tea, I shared too much inconvenient information about the cost of the bags.
Too much tea.
So that the capital behind those luxury brands are unhappy. And meanwhile, TikTok is spineless. So it's permanently disabled our accounts repeatedly. And it doesn't even give us an explanation. It just says you violated a rule. That's all. What rule? Oh, you mean the rule? Don't make my capital masters unhappy, otherwise I will permanently disable you rule. Okay, I see. TikTok. As the platform, you can permanently disable my accounts because you have support from the capital. But I have the support from the people all over the world. The people who are now already awakened, who now refuse to be brainwashed any longer by the capital, who now refuse to be ripped off any longer by the capital. From now on, I will register 1,000 new accounts. And even if you disable all of them, I will register the 1,001st account. I will continue to spill the tea of the cost of bags and continue to make great bags of right prices for all the people around the world. Chinese people are not afraid of hard work and sacrifice. Chinese people are not afraid of oppression and tyranny. Otherwise, we wouldn't have stood up from the more than 100 years of foreign invasion, oppression, and colonization from 1840 to 1945. Otherwise, we wouldn't have become what we are now. And in the future, China will take lead in the world, not by ripping off other peoples and countries, but by honestly and equally developing with other countries and peoples.
He's out here saying he spilled too much tea. Like, where did he even get that phrase? China definitely didn't invent that slang. What is this? The Real Housewives of Chinese factories? Yeah, somebody's definitely been influenced by Black America. But seriously, these manufacturers are masters at replicating products. Why? Because when companies hand over their designs, thinking they're protected and airtight, China's already 5 steps ahead. They collect the data, build tight relationships with global raw material suppliers, and piece together the entire blueprint to create the products for them from scratch, then turn around and recreate the same products, the knockoffs. Add to that decades of greedy corporations outsourcing manufacturing, shutting down American factories, killing off jobs, and brainwashing consumers into thinking overpriced equals luxury. And boom, here we are. Now these manufacturers, including him and a whole bunch of others, are spilling the tea left and right. And Americans on TikTok can't get enough. They're eating it up like it's some shocking revelation, even though this game's been going on forever.
I don't know about
There you
y'all,
go.
but I'm loving my Chinese buy, my Chinese supplier. Man, I know after this 75-day extension, we out of here on TikTok. We gone. It's suppliers on here selling Nikes for $1 and $2, y'all. Man, they dragging Herms through the mud. They are really showing us that we are being manipulated into working.
They probably should have took this app away when they had the chance, because the Chinese manufacturers just hit them folks with the Uno reverse.
Yeah, it's all funny how this is playing out because the TikTok extension really never should have happened. Trump should have turned the other way and worked on other pressing issues instead of giving TikTok a lifeline, not once but twice. And the people he saved are totally ungrateful. They forgot he did it. Honestly, though, I think the damage is already done. The Chinese now have all our information and they control the algorithm, while the U.S. can never control the minds and information fed to their children, their women, their men. But I digress.
And right now, the Chinese manufacturers are the best content on TikTok. They said, oh, tariffs, you say. Oh, okay. American people, y'all said y'all like New Balance, Adidas, Nike. Bet. Oh, yeah. The manufacturer is such and such, located at such and such in Guangzhou. They do shipping within this time. And here are the products. I've seen the manufacturers for every brand anybody could possibly think of, from shoes and apparel to beauty products. One of the Chinese manufacturers said, oh yeah, you know how you pay such and such $100 for Chanel beauty products? Well, we only make them for $10. Listen, I don't know how this tariff thing is going to play out, but the way that the Chinese manufacturers are playing their hand, absolutely well done. 10s across the board. I told y'all in the years that I lived in China, I got everything under the sun because everything is pretty much made there. So to see people learning about the actual quality that's in China, because not everything is made cheaply, and learning about websites like Taobao, y'all better get to getting while the getting is good.
This is not a drill. They are suppliers online on this app that are selling Nikes for $1 and also for $2. Like the Chinese suppliers and factories, I don't know what Nike did to them, but I saw one guy, he had like a bunch of shoes around him, like Nikes. And he's like, yeah, $1, $2, contact us. Ooh, I don't know what Trump done started, man.
Well, looks like we're about to start buying Nikes.
Y'all are wild.
Chanel bags and Louis off of TikTok shop like China. Giving up everything on the low. They put it all out there. It's on TikTok shop now.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. China smoked y'all boots with the designer brands. When it comes to this tariff war, China doing their thing. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They sit up here selling all designer brands for $10. Now regular folks like walk around look like rich people. They didn't fool me, because I was already shopping on Shein to move, baby. They got y'all dumbass.
Why she laugh like that?
Americans love materialism because we feel like somebody when we have a material, somebody else's name. Go figure. They're trying to make everybody else feel bad because they ain't wearing somebody else's name. That's why I rocks my Gucci from the TikTok shop. I'm not fixing to pay $1,000 for no Gucci. But as soon as they put it on Shein and Timot, let me get 3 in different colors, boo.
So now we know why America really didn't want us to see what they was doing over in China. And if you don't know, click the search bar and see how China just exposed America. That designer that you've been spending your money on, $200, $300, $400, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, all of your hard-earned money basically been going to knockoffs, if that's what y'all want to call them. Canal Street specials.
Canal Street.
China is basically saying that your favorite designer gets their bags, their clothes, their shoes made in China, not Italy. So when you thinking you getting a finest of threads, you getting them from China.
And you know, this is also exposing the so-called celebrity or elite class. They're the ones obsessed with these brands. Remember Shekinah was crying when they tore up the Gucci store in Lenox Mall in 2020?
Gucci ain't did y'all. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. They racist, whatever. I don't want to hear that. They did to y'all.
It's the celebrities and the so-called rich people who patronize these brands, spending tens of thousands in one session, showing off their receipts to the regular folks to show they're all the way up here, and everybody else is below them all the way down there. I think this is a wake-up call, a very necessary one. Everything that's happening right now should indeed be happening, and it's long overdue, in my opinion.
And now China is saying that they got them for the low, like they been had them, but they just not keeping it secret no more. So what they're saying is that designer that we've been wearing, they've been making, and they make it for cheaper, and we might as well not buy that designer that we've been buying. It's kind of strange to me because a lot of people been losing their lives to get designer. It's a lot of people that lost their lives over designer. And you're telling me that China's been making it? All I can say is this trade war is exposing the real from the fake and the fake from the real. If that makes sense.
That's so true. This trade war is exposing the real from the fake and the fake from the real. This is going to force Americans to really take a deeper look into what we've been allowing for a very long time and how decades of deceit and American greed has caused the issues we're facing right now. These companies are really traitors that help destroy the American people.
It sure is a lot of Americans in China's comments talking about, oh, we're getting so ripped off here. Bro, stick around for the plot. Trump is really trying to get everything made in America so that they can't say this no more. They can't throw it in our face no more. But y'all so ready to jump ship and be like, oh, China winning. Mother Trump trying to have us winning. Sit back.
Do you know how much a Chinese factory make for a pair of Nike shoes? $10, which sells $150 on the shelf. A Stanley Cup, $50. The factory gets $1. $1.
Wow.
But when they sell millions of them, that's millions of dollars. And all surplus. That's where the surplus comes from. But for every $1 the factory made, somebody in America is making $49. Who is benefit from the globalization? And think about the pollution the factory has to cause in the local area. Who is benefit from the globalization? I don't know.
Chinese producers are all over social media right now, and they're exposing just who is targeted by Trump's tariffs. And it's not the American consumers, and it's not the Chinese producers. It's actually our international corporations who have sold out American prosperity for their own profits. Let me illustrate. Let's use this example, Nike. Now, these are fictitious numbers, just for example. But let's say that Nike buys shoes from this company that manufactures Nike shoes for $10 a Nike shoe, which isn't very far off. Nike turns around and sells that shoe at retail for $100. Here's the interesting part about tariffs. You're not paying tariffs on the retail price. This is not a tax in the classic sense. The way the economists who are bought and paid for are trying to conflate it as, it is a tax on the import. This means with a 25% tariff, Nike's going to have to pay $2.50 to the US government every time it imports a Nike shoe at $10. So this $2.50 gets remitted to the American government, to American citizens. Now Nike's cost $10 for the shoe, $2.50 for the import tax. This means they're netting $87 per shoe. Now that's net, not profit. There are going to be other costs that are going to have to come from that. But you can see that the increase in cost is $2.50. So let's say that Nike passes the entire cost onto the consumer, even a little more, just because of the fear of tariffs. $103 a shoe now. That is the impact of a 25% tariff. So what the Chinese producers on TikTok are saying, instead of the American consumer buying it for $103, or let's just say that the company Nike eats all $2.50 of the tariff and still sells it for $100, you're way better off over here. paying directly to China, including the tariff, $12.50 a shoe plus shipping. So as you can see, the tariffs are not meant to hurt consumers. They're not meant to hurt China. They don't really affect China at all. They're meant to protect American industry. They're meant to protect Americans from their corporations who will sell them out for a profit. So if you look hard, you'll notice that the people who are screaming about how bad tariffs are for consumers, it's these companies right here. It's Wall Street. It's all the investors in these companies, because they don't want American citizens to realize these companies have sold them out and that they're not doing Americans any favors.
And right now, Chinese manufacturers are undercutting these large corporations they've been doing business with for years. They're exposing them all one by one and inviting U.S. consumers to come to them directly. One problem I have with all of this is I see Americans still looking at this through the lens of a consumer. I don't see anybody looking at this from the lens of a producer. They're still thinking about buying and consuming in terms of saving money, and they're still not addressing our manufacturing issues, which is a core problem underneath all of this, outside of pure American greed. But they're definitely cooking on TikTok. The Chinese suppliers are giving us the best weekend reality TV ever. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Who's really benefiting from globalization? Tell me what you think about this below. I want to thank everybody who supported this channel.
Shout out.
You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to like and share.
Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Shout out to Pink Book. All right. What y'all think about it? I'm going to drop the link to that as well. I mean, I agree with you right here. That's it. I don't want any more stuff. Like, yeah, first of all, I really wonder what's going to happen to the various markets right now. If ever, like, for example, let's go with purses. There's a lot of women in the chat right now. There's 640 people in the chat right now. Hopefully everybody hit that like button so I can have more likes than Tiffany Henyard got votes in her write-in campaign. But let's continue. So there's a lot of women in this chat right now. So, and I'm sure you all have purses, whether you have a whole closet full of them or you just have one or two. So I wonder what's going to happen to the designer purse market if now you know that if you go and spend this amount of money on this fancy purse and you walk down the street and it's very possible that somebody else is carrying the exact same purse, but they got it from the Chinese manufacturer directly versus going to the store at the mall or whatnot. Well, what's going to happen to those purse market? And the same thing applies with the shoes and all the other areas as well. And we're going back to TJ Maxx and Ross. Okay, I'm going to Japan in a couple of months. Maybe I can catch a deal or two, and maybe 3. You might catch a lot of them. Who knows? But I do wonder that. But I know what I don't wonder. I don't wonder why Brilliant Disguise is so amazing. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. No question, no comment, just pure love of the game. Thank you so very much for that very kind and very gracious super chat. I'm going to make you the stream sponsor. Let's do that. While y'all are chiming in, what's going to happen to these various markets like that? Are they going to collapse? What's going to happen? We're going to get rid of the shoe market and get rid of the designer purse market. What's going to happen? All right, let's see. Brilliant Disguise is in the building. All right, and we got that saved. And now we're cooking. All right, what's going to happen to the markets? Let's go. All right. Heck, I tried to get that. Are you trying to say a Birkin bag from Walmart until they forced me to remove it? But mostly because I like the design. I don't know what a Birkin bag is. I've heard about them. I've heard about them, but I don't know. Thankfully, Lady Dear Woke Christian has not asked for one, so I'm good at the moment. Let's keep it going here. We've been to, yeah, I think so, but I wonder if we know now all of a sudden it's much more clear. I think we all kind of knew that, but now I'm just wondering. Oh, thank you so much, Miss B Country. Tiffany Henry got 193 votes. Let me pull this back in real quick so y'all can see. Just in case you just jumped in, we started this conversation talking about Tiffany Henyard, and she got 193 votes, write-ins. On election day, she got 117. Early voting, she got 53. Voting by mail, she got 22. And the vote center was 1. We don't know what vote center is, but probably her own vote. I don't know. But yeah, that was it. Shout out to you. Thank you. Great question. All right. They have always made fake stuff. You can tell the difference. They use glue instead of stitching, etc. Okay, I'm with you. But okay. So they're saying now, like, the Louis Vuitton bag or the Birkin bag, whatever, like this is the actual one. It just doesn't come from Louis Vuitton or Birkin. Would that make a difference? I'm just wondering. I don't know. I'm not making a case for the purses at all. I just wonder what's going to happen to the markets. And then I like how Pink Book Lessons even ended it. Like, maybe we should start thinking about how we can get that manufacturing here back stateside so we can have a decent product that you don't have to worry about child labor and pollution and all that kind of stuff. You know, making Nikes for $10 but selling them for $200. Maybe so. Yeah, I'm good. Good luck to others. I do need some new Adidas though. I have several of them right literally on the floor in front of me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Brilliant disguise from Texas blowing up rich folks' faces. Okay. I see you there. Thank you, Rosie. You shouldn't know what a Birkin. Well, there we go. Then I'm not gonna let you down. There we go. We are Americans. We just ignore it all and wear the designer stuff anyway. But get our cousin to paint them up. That's hilarious. Wait, I just saw something. Not a thing. People will spend their bill money to get their wants. Sadly, Kiki, you're probably more right than wrong. I have to give you that. You're probably more right than wrong. Birkin bag ain't nothing but a diaper bag with a Mercedes name on it. Maybach is Toyota. I got you. I got you. All right. We got 605 in the chat. How many we got? How many likes we got? How many likes we got? Those lights up there. I see it. I see it. Oh, we got 280 likes. We cooking. We cooking. Y'all go ahead and give me 10 more likes. Let's go. Yeah, I just thought the whole conversation about China and the manufacturers, I just thought that was really interesting. I did not know how it was all playing out. I do want to ask a question. All right. Okay, I got 3 options here. 3 options to make sure I get this guy. All right, there we go. Just dropped a new poll. All right, what do we got here, good people? China is mad. So yeah, I'm like, but what happens to China though if we don't engage with them? Like, let's say again, some kind of houseware product that, let's say somehow or another, we're able to get that manufacturer back here to the United States. China has devastated them by putting it out there that this is how they make these cups, or this is how they make these plates, or whatever, something of that nature. And they can get it back here stateside, manufacture here stateside at a fairly reasonable price. So the margins are just not as lucrative as they were before, but we can still get the I don't know, glassware, for $20 a box or whatever it is at a reasonable price, same kind of pricing that we were getting from China. It seemed like it would hurt China in the long run, in my opinion. All right, let's see. There we go. I like how you said it. Said in the words of Cook with Frank, I smashed that like button as soon as I came in. Well, there we go. Thank you so much. All you have to do is put a label or name on something that we can't pronounce. Wayne, I got to put you in 0-second timeout, Wayne. Let me go and put you in that 0-second timeout. He said, all you got to do is put a label that we cannot pronounce and we will buy it. Man, I got to put you in 0-second, my guy. You don't like my poll? What's wrong with my poll, Laura? Wait. What you talking about? Wait, is it what happened? I said, what will happen to the designer market? It'll crash and burn, people will support or just be depressed. Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of y'all saying people will still support it. Wow, Kiki is giving them that work tonight. Kiki said, look, those who make money and the PPP loan thieves are going to continue being customers. Just keeping it real. Your biggest shoppers are poor. Wow. No lie detected there at all. Shout out to you, Kiki. I like how you said that. Yes, I'm wondering, like, I'm gonna have to do some more research into this. I might need an economist to reach out to me and explain this, because it just seems like I don't see how China is benefiting from this. And that might be what the guy was trying to say, why they kept banning his TikTok accounts. Maybe that's it. Yeah, Wayne is hilarious. Shout out to Wayne. Oh, a lot of products come from China. Tons of products come from China. All right, lots of good comments in here. Lots of good conversation in the chat. Laura said, I don't care about designer. Look, I'm not worried about designer. This is a good question. Gab says, I never understood why rich people buy designers. If I had that money, I would design my own clothing, car, home, etc. Great question. I don't know why. Hey, thank you so much, Doncha. I appreciate you following through tonight. Appreciate you. I do. That is kind of worrisome that so much is made in China and India and overseas, like everything, lots of it. LeBron, Jordan, Curry, others can build sneaker factory in the United States. Why not? I'm trying to figure out why not. I mean, Nike is located, headquartered right there in Oregon. I mean, I'm sure it just seems preposterous to me that we can't do that. Now, it won't happen tomorrow. It'll take a lot to get it over the hump, but like, why not? All right, Chinese president said they don't need the U.S. anymore. Okay. I wonder how that'll work out, China. Okay. You don't need us anymore. Hey, okay. For some same reason we can all cook, but we'd rather go to a restaurant. That's true. I did cook today though. So, but I totally get your point. I totally get it. But this is how people stay rich. This is how rich people stay rich. I like it. What up though? 313. I agree. Like I wonder how difficult it would be. I guess we'll be finding out soon because people will start looking at manufacturing stateside. I'm to the point right here. Rosie said, I'm thinking of developing my brand, Sunrose. Like, what is it going to take for us to do that? I'd like to see it. I think it's going to be interesting. Well, that's a good way to, hey, Laura, that's a good way to handle it. Laura says, my anxiety keeps me from shopping. My friends just give me all the stuff that they're tired of. Well, there you go. Most of our medications, especially antibiotics, are made there. Yeah. Great point. Great point. Now, this is a good question. I wonder what's going to happen in this particular market, the hair care market. Kiki said, ask people who wear the wig weaves. What are they going to do? Now, that is a good question. And she ended it. I would love to hear what they're going to do. As you can tell, I don't do a good job of wearing a wig or a weave. I think everybody in my household right now is rocking their natural hair. Yeah, I think big girl's going to get her hair braided before she goes to school. But that's about it. Yeah. Thank you, Wayne. What's his name? Hopefully, 0-second timeout is exactly that, 0 second. But thank you so much for the $10 Super Wayne. You out Super Wayne. That's funny. Super chat Wayne. You are out of timeout, my friend. You don't have to pay your way out of timeout, my friend. 0-second timeout. Thank you so much for that. There we go. What's up, Maudale? Good to see you, friend. Another reason we need to get Greenland instead of the Chinese or Russia. Greenland is chock full of minerals and rare earth minerals. Okay. Is it up for sale? I read a book probably about 2 years ago. It was about 9/11, and it's called The Day the World Came to Town. And it's about all these planes that got stranded right after 9/11 when the airspace was closed. They all landed in Greenland. And it's just it was a fun story about all these planes, like 13, 14 jumbo jets that were traveling overseas or coming to America. They all got diverted to Greenland and had to stay there in Greenland. It's a really, if you ever want a good story about 9/11, let me see if I know where the book is. Me and President Firstborn read it. No, here it is. Right? It's a fun book. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Newfoundland, not Greenland. It's Newfoundland. Sorry about that. But if you ever want a good book to read with your kids about 9/11, this was actually pretty good. It's kind of heartwarming, if you will. It's written by a journalist, so it's written really well, and just did all this research about what happened the moment the planes hit the towers, all the way to when the airspace was opened back up. I didn't know it. It was just such a neat story. So if you ever want a fun book to read with like your middle schoolers or whatnot, and that's a good one right there. What's going on, Nicole? How are you? Thank you so much, Nicole Scott. Is that my good friend? Yes, it is. Dr. Nicole Scott. How are you? And if you follow my channel, when I went to Dalton, I was able to meet with Dr. Scott. She owns the Free Indeed food market. Notice I didn't call it a pantry. It's a food market there in Dalton that provides free, high quality foods for persons in need. So she set it up like a market, so they shop in like a supermarket type of feel. It's super cool. So if the moderators could drop maybe the link to my discussion with Dr. Scott there, and if you feel compelled, there is a GoFundMe to support this effort that she bought a strip mall, and Free Indeed Market is a part of the strip mall. And if you would like to support her, you're welcome to do so. Shout out to Dr. Scott. Good to see you, friend. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Kiki is crushing it tonight for sure. Kiki's crushing it. Absolutely. Maudale, thank you so much for the $5 super. I appreciate you. You've been a great support of the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Gail said happy birthday. Thank you so much. I'll be celebrating tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all follow on through tomorrow. We're just gonna have a good time. I got lots of people who said they're gonna come through. We're gonna be doing some panels. Maybe we'll talk about tariffs. Maybe I'll learn a little bit more about tariffs before then. But we're gonna have a good time tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. So, what was Tiffany Henyard's write-in vote total? How many did she get? If more than Tiffany 2.0, Cassandra? Great question. Let me bring it in. Voila. All right. So, Lady Henyard got 193 votes in total. She got 117 on election day. She got 53 on early voting. 22 people wrote her name in by mail, and she got 1 vote from the vote center. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming, I have no idea what vote center is. I ain't gonna lie. I have no idea. But yeah, that's how many votes she got. Shout out to Tiff. She tried her best, man. She tried her best. Alan, she tried her best. Yes, thank you so very much, Mandy. This is my interview with Dr. Scott. I was able to walk around and see her facility when I was in Dalton. So please go check out what she's doing over there. If you really want to be encouraged about someone, the community helping the community, this is the interview. This is the young lady you want to check out. And lots of good stuff over there. All right, what we got? Good conversation back. Absolutely. She's an angel. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, what was it? 4% got 158 votes. So Tiffany at least got more write-in votes than 4% did. But there's that. So this, it is what it is. Well, thank you so much, Caustic. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Oh, what she said here? She said, I'll be driving to Florida tomorrow for the second and last memorial service of my stepfather who passed away in February. Okay. Well, safe travels, friend, please. And we look forward to seeing you when you return. Got to hit that like button. Y'all help Laura out. Make sure we hit that like button. What we got over here? We got 552 people who've liked this video. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. I love it. What's Gab saying? Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. Earl King says, Free ND. Absolutely. Free ND was a great market. So definitely want to support them. All right, let's see here. What you said about China not needing the U.S., more and more African countries, starting with Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, are kicking out France and the U.S. Interesting. So maybe that's it. Maybe they know, like, hey, we're going to be interacting with the African countries more. So that's very possible as well. 4%, the lady whose name shall not say, or she came around and so. Hey, look, Cassandra is welcome over here. I've told Cassandra she can come on. I'd be glad to talk with her. Jason, did you hear about Brian Steele? Yeah. Brian Steele is actually is going to be on Diddy's defense team. I did a video earlier today about that. Let me see real quick. I said, I believe I did a video about it this morning. Yeah, I did. It was today. And it was a live because I came on and just talked about it real quickly. Young Thug is adding Brian Steele to his defense team. Yep, it's right here. This is an interesting question. Why would he take a losing case? Being the fact that I don't know all the ins and outs of, Brian Steele has lost cases before. So it's not like he's, 57-0. So he's lost cases before. Why would one take a losing case? Maybe to get the practice of working on a federal case. I mean, that could be there could be a big horizon if you now have the experience of working on a federal case in New York, for crying out loud. That could be a big deal for you. Possibly. Maybe Brian Steele. Maybe Brian thinks that he can win the case. Maybe he thinks it's a winnable case. I'm not saying he's right. I'm only saying, to answer your question, why would one take a losing case right here? Maybe he wants to get that experience in federal. I mean, he's done a lot of things here in Georgia. So he's got that experience, of course, but now he wants to get that experience on the federal level. Maybe that's it. I don't know if he's done. I don't know Brian Steele's resume, so I can't say emphatically that he's never done a federal case before, but maybe he just wants to get that experience. Maybe he thinks he's going to win. And I'm not trying to besmirch Brian, so don't come at me, Brian. I know you live here in Georgia. Don't come run up on me. But maybe he just knows that he can get paid. If he says, "Oh, if I go up here and work on this for 2 months, I can make as much as I would if I had worked for 2 years." I don't know that, but those are just some options that I've come up with why I might do that. And again, I think the experience maybe need love too. I think that might be it. But again, what do y'all think? You think it's going to come back to you're behind the vote results is actually no, I don't think she's going to try. I don't think Cassandra's going to try to get I think she's accepted, but they just won't concede. But I think she's accepted that she lost. So it could be publicity and notoriety. Yes, Tiffany lost in a landslide, Donna. Okay, what did we hear? Sleepy says, why so still is there to defend against the RICO portion of the case? Okay, there we go. I mean, Lord knows he gave Fonnie that work. So maybe that's it. Lord said, DWC got more tires to buy or need a foot massage or some Q-tips. It's very possible. I mean, I do need to get tires for Lady Dear Woke Christian. I do. Yeah. Hey, and look, if it's a payday and me, all I got to do is petition to work in New York, go up there and work in New York. I got some friends up there. We can crash up there, have a great time. I'll be there for 2 months and do this part of this case. I don't know. I can't say I wouldn't do it. Brian Steele is the attorney. He is probably, I've heard other attorneys say that Brian Steele is the top defense attorney in Georgia. The top defense. He is the number one defense attorney in Georgia. Now, I don't know if that's changed, but let's just say he's amongst the top for sure. So yeah, I think he's a good attorney. And he has a good team too. So his wife is a top tier attorney. Yeah. So I think Diddy could have definitely picked far worse attorneys, but I don't know if he could have picked a better one. Oh, he has done Fed cases before. Okay. So he has that experience. So then that experience plus his ability, he's already done high profile rapper, entertainer trials. Maybe this is his next step. But yeah, he was in the YSL trial. He was Young Thug's attorney. Yeah, that's where we all learned about him. That's why you call him YSL Steel. Shonda says, as a person who took an early retirement from law enforcement, I would say for exposure, it's always about the Benjamins. Hey, yeah, I agree. Allegedly, we got to throw that in there for sure. Well, thank you so much, Donna. I appreciate it. But so yeah, I'm not like convinced. I'm not really involved in it, especially since it's not going to be broadcast. We're not going. I'd have to go to New York or whatnot. So I don't know all the ins and outs of the Diddy trial. But for whatever reason, Brian Steele got tapped and he is going up to New York. And like I said, I did the video on that earlier today. You can check it out just in case you didn't already see it. I put it in here for you. Y'all know what the baby oil is about. Look, there's no need to even go any further. Yeah, we already know the baby oil is about. We already know. It was just doing wrong. It was just doing wrong. Now because of that, now he gonna get wrong. Yeah, because I remember I did this article. I read the article and it said that he's been in jail since 2023. I'm like, no, he hasn't. He went to jail in 2024. So they had like an error in that. Yeah, 100 bottles is kind of crazy though. Even that is still kind of crazy. I mean, you can fill a bathtub with that, man. That's craziness, man. Madness. But yeah, I think this is it's gonna be interesting. So tomorrow is Thursday. We'll be doing a birthday stream tomorrow afternoon. I'll probably drop a video in the morning. I have to take chief executive, second born to school and gotta pick her up. And then run a couple of errands. But I'll be back at 4. And we'll just be on there chit-chatting it up, hanging out, doing all that kind of good jazz. Again, like I said, I got quite a few people that said they're going to come through. So we'll be doing that, just doing some panels. Maybe we'll talk about tariffs. We'll talk about Brian Steele. I have some good questions as well. A lot of content creators are coming through. So we'll be talking about content creating and how we provide value to our communities, but then also just having some fun. So we'll see how it all goes. Yeah, I mean, Diddy, look, Ash, we don't want to be ashy. Diddy don't want to be ashy. There you go. That's why. We do not need the explanation, though. Road tripping. We're going to leave that to everybody's imagination, and that's it. Everybody gets their own imagination, and it's right. Absolutely, Rec. Laura, we sending love for you for sure. What we got? Some sort of reset that doesn't recognize. Wait, what is this? Some sort of reset. It doesn't recognize common words. What is that? Well, we're giving you hugs nonetheless. Yeah, we're gonna just leave that. We're gonna leave the baby oil for the babies for sure. Oh, I got you, brilliant disguise. No, I have not. I've heard about it, but I have not. It is hard to keep up with everything that's on these YouTube streets on a daily basis. We might have to do a follow-up tomorrow. That's what we'll do. We'll throw that in as well. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? I mean, yes, that is an option as well. That could have been a good option as well. However, we're just gonna leave it all alone. We're gonna leave all the baby oil, all that alone. We're not gonna use any more words. All right, good stuff popping off. I'm just checking, make sure we didn't miss anything. If you did miss, I know you came on for Lady Henyard's election results. Tiffany got 193 votes. She had again 117 on that election day. She had 53 on early voting. 22 were mail-in ballots, and then of course she got 1 vote center. I don't know. That is starting to bother. I do kind of want to know what vote center it is. But anyway, she had a grand total of 193 votes. So I thought when I did the math, when I looked at all of the votes that have been cast for the other 4 candidates. I thought it was like 800 left over. So I wonder what happened. I have to go back and do the quick math between the number of votes that were cast and then the number of votes that were collected in there. Now, of course, you could not vote for the supervisor position, but still vote in other roles. I got that part. But I just don't think that many people wouldn't have done it. So I wonder what happened to the other people. Did they misspell her name? Did they write Donald Duck in there? What happened? So, hey, Shonda, thank you so much for rocking with us. Always good to have you. Thank you so much. Please have a great night. What did Robert say right here? I'm surprised there are 150 people, 150 plus votes for her. You know what, Robert? I thought she was going to get 1,000. I was thinking that follow me here. If she got 536 votes in Dalton, I was thinking if you just took half of that, let's just say 250 people for easy math, and 250 people in every town in the township voted, that could have been somewhere in excess of 3,000 votes easily. Now, of course, this is a real serious pipe dream, but I thought she was going to do better than that. I did not think she was going to get 193, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, you probably did, B. And I was just thinking in my head, like if 500 people voted for her, maybe she can get 250 in each town, but that didn't even work here because that's not even 10 people. If there's 17 towns in the township, that's a little less than 10 people, a little bit more than 10 people per town, like 12 people per town that voted for her. That's crazy. So I got more votes than Tiffany did, y'all. I got more likes. We got 395 likes. We got more likes than Tiffany did, y'all. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Come on. All right. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, there we go. Thank you so much for the quick math. Peyton, she says that's 11.3 people per village. Yeah. So, okay, since we're here, now we're talking about Tiff. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it too. She's doing a food giveaway, right? Did y'all know this? All right, let's pull this in. I want to see what y'all think about this. So, this weekend, Tiff is doing another food giveaway. Because what would it be if Tiff was not giving away something, right? All right, that's probably too small, Jason. Let's try like this. All right. So we got the Thornton Township Supervisor, Tiffany A. Henyard, with the asterisk right here, still feeding the people. Easter fresh produce and food box giveaway. Saturday, April 19th, 2025, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. while supplies last. Must be a Thornton Township resident. She's still feeding the people. All right, I got a question for you. Do you think she's going to actually be here? Not saying that they won't do the box giveaway, because a lot of the time they just have the boxes already pre-made. You just roll up and they put in your trunk. But do you think she'll be there? And I think, the fact that she is giving people back their money as resources is just diabolical, in my opinion. I'm just wondering, will she be there? Because I'm looking forward to it. I have some appointments on Saturday, but I'm really hoping that she'll go live. So what are y'all thinking? I guess some people say yes. Yes, and make a spectacle of herself. Really? Yes. Okay. Even though she got shellacked like this, I would think she'd want to go away. Yeah. She says she's feeding the people. She said she's feeding them, Andy. The people need feeding. Okay. They said, yes, she will be there. Interesting. I would think that she probably just do it on autopilot, but okay. I'm willing to be wrong. I am willing to be wrong. She will, if she still feeds the people after this month, she says she pays out of her pocket. Man, she's so full of hot air. I don't think she was ever did that out of her own pocket. But Jason House takes office on May 5th. That's inauguration day. So that's true. She probably, I see this right here. She probably does miss the attention. I love how people that pull up to her food giveaways are literally the same people in every video. You know, I've seen people, yes, to your point, Robert, I've seen the same people, yes. Cav says, I think you mean Cafe of Knowledge, says she's feeding the people, but them alphabet boys said they serving subpoenas. I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's gonna be Saturday. So if she's there and she goes live, I will definitely try my best to at least capture it or jump in and talk about it in real time. Tiff couldn't even pay her own rent. She got evicted. All right. Yeah, but it's not working though. She wants the last time people to see her to be this wholesome giver, but it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't translate in real time in that election. Because I truly believe even if she had been on the ballot, she still would have got shellacked. I think if she had been on the ballot, and what do we have? The Republican, the Independent, and another third party candidate. I still think she would have got shellacked. There we go. What's going on? Sherry Britton in the building. How are you, Sherry? Good to see you, friend. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. She's definitely one for the comedy. She's definitely one for the comedy for sure. Oh, you think she's scheming something? Okay. Okay. I think she is. It is very possible. I wouldn't be surprised. In her own delusion. I agree, Charity. She's in her own delusion. She's just in her own world. Wait, what did you say over here, Road Tripping? Road Tripping said Tiffany cares about feeding the people. Yeah, she cares as much as the detective cares about murder by giving him a burger to fess up. I love it. No, she don't care about them people. She don't. Great comment for sure. So anyway, that's on Saturday. So we'll keep our ears to the ground and see what happens on Saturday for sure. I think it'll be interesting. Make sure I didn't miss any more of these. Uh-oh. Oh, there's quite a few comments on this thing. Y'all have to go to, wow. There's a lot of comments in there. So hey, let's just real quick pull this in because I didn't do this part. All right, residents of Thornton Township, come on out. Easter fresh food and produce giveaway this Saturday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Remember, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji. I will always love on the people and provide for the people no matter what. Kissing face emoji, heart face emoji. They not like us. Winky emoji. Hashtag trust God. Hashtag Tiffany Henyard. Hashtag I stand with Tiff. Hashtag lead with love. Hashtag never give up. Hashtag focus. Hashtag let's go. Hashtag happy Easter. What are you talking about, girl? What are you talking about? She just reminds me of somebody's child. Like, what are you talking about? And a kid come home from school and they're just talking. You're like, baby, what are you talking about? Wait, what is Sherry said? I'm going. I want to show the people how she treats me. Please, Sherry. Okay, you have my number. Call me, please, when you go. And if I need to stream your stream or whatever, we can do it. I will try my best to be available. Please. I'm gonna text you right now. I think I am. Yeah, please let me know when you go. That would be really interesting to see. But I was thinking something really bad about this sentence right here. I told you we were gonna be mature, right? It says, I will always love on the people and provide the people no matter what. And I was just thinking, we had just had that conversation about Diddy. I'm like, this sounds like something Diddy would say. And it sounds like something he would say right here. And definitely this right here. I remember, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And that just sounds, we're going to hear that in Diddy's trial for sure. Oh, please. Oh my goodness. Oh, here, let me text you right now. I'm remind myself to remind you to remind me to go live. All right. There we go. Okay, got it. I don't know. I don't think she does. And Love 44. I don't think she does. I think it's in my opinion, based upon information and belief, it's just an activity to make you seem like you're in control. Okay, here. This is story time with Whitaker. All right. Mr. Whitaker does like watching those body cam videos. They're crazy, man. Where these drivers get pulled over, or there's some guy that's drunk on an airplane, shoplifters, stuff like that. And if you watch enough of them, you'll notice like a little trend. And one of the trends is, as people are getting arrested, they start throwing out orders. Get my phone, put my car over there. Don't you do that. And they're literally getting their arms put behind them, getting their cuffed up. Maybe they're on the ground, getting tased, but they're forever trying to throw out demands. Like, what's your badge number? What's your name? And I've seen ones where, what's it called? Sovereign citizens. And all they do, what's your badge number? What's your name? 2 seconds later, what's your number? What's your badge number? What's your name? 5 minutes later, what's your badge number? What's your name? They just keep doing it over and over again. And I was talking to a police officer about that. And he agreed with me that it's almost like they realize that they have control up to this point. But the more they talk to the police officer, the less control they have. And they know that their glass windows are about to get busted out. They know they're about to give them, you're going to give them your driver's license and insurance and proof of registration. You're going to get it. And your car is going to go to car jail. But they realize that. And so they're trying to grasp on some form of control. They want to feel like they have control over something. So even something as minuscule as what's your badge number and your name? And I literally watched somebody the other day. The woman probably asked the same officer badge number, name 5-6 times. And there's no way for her to write it down because she's already cuffed up. And she had already asked for it. And the officer actually introduced himself. I'm Officer Smith. My badge number is 12345. He did that in the beginning. She was already recording. So she already had it. So why did she do that? She just needed to feel like she had some kind of control, like the officer to some degree did not have complete and total control over her. Now, when I look here at Tiffany, I feel like that's what this is. This is like her plea to demonstrate that she has some kind of control, even if it's something as minuscule as giving away food boxes, even something as small as recycling people's money that you pay in your property taxes, that you pay in your gas taxes. I'm bringing that money back into the community. I'm recycling it, and I'm showing I have control. even though she knows there's a possibility by the end of May, you might be in jail. You might be locked up somewhere. And just they done already threw away the key. It's very possible. But she needs to feel like she has some kind of control. So even something like this, where she's giving away food boxes, and I don't know, maybe every Easter Resurrection Sunday she already does this. I don't know. It seems kind of like, from the way it sounded to me, like this was like a one-off, like it wasn't something that was happening all the time. But I could be wrong. But I think so. My point is simply that it seems like to me that this is just an attempt to have some kind of control. She knows that her role is going away. She's a lame duck. She doesn't have any control. So one thing I can do is give away some food boxes. And Denzel said right here, you're under arrest, so you have no rights. You still have rights, you just don't have control. For example, once they hook you up and put them silver bracelets on you, you don't have a lot of choices now about whether or not you're gonna go sit in the back of the police car or go get yourself some ice cream. You don't have any choices anymore. Now you got the right to remain silent and be quiet, but that's not going to change much. So, yeah. So that was just my observation, and why I think Tiffany's doing this. It's just to feel like she has some control, and feel like she is able to do something that the people will like she can exact some kind of control or power or authority over the people still. But I like what Denzel said right here. She might be able to join The View. Now, I think that, again, if she doesn't go to jail, I sadly believe that she's going to get on some kind of reality TV. I can see, what is that, daytime talk? I can see that. Absolutely. But I'm still team Alphabet Boys. So as long as the FBI is out there, they can come get her. But if they didn't, I wouldn't be surprised. See if I got this right. Okay. Been working on. Whoa. That didn't work right. All right. We got some scenes over here I've been messing around with while I've been talking. I don't think anybody would want to realistically play her. But I mean, she could, but I just don't think anybody really realistically would. I don't think so. But they could. I mean, hey, if the money's right, they probably would. All right. All right, my good people. I'm just making sure Lady Dear World Christian is texting me. Hey, babe. All right. That's a good point. Suge Knight does do a podcast from jail. Is it that popular though? Is this? I remember him doing that. Now I remember this. Is it popular though? Oh, Sherry said it's a wrap. Sherry said it's over. She done. Donezo. Okay. I did hear about this one that Whoopi agreed with the Don about the Department of Ed. Hey, I believe that it's too big anyway. I think the Department of Ed should be done away with and should be states. And even in that, I think the parents need a lot more control and a lot more say so in their local education system. That's just my little 2 cents. That is my 2 cents right there. Sherry Britton is putting comments on Facebook. Sherry Britton is wild. I love her. I love Sherry. Shout out to you, Sherry, for real. Okay. That chick from Flavor of Love, New York, She can play Tiffany. Hmm. I think I know who you're talking about. Her name is New York, right? I mean, it's hey. I don't know if Tiffany Henyard is really that. Apart from us, I don't think she's really that interesting. That people, I mean, but maybe so. I don't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She could. Yeah. Yeah. That would. Yeah. You're right. I can see that. Her real name is Tiffany. For real? That's wild. Precise. Hey, what is Peyton talking about? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking. Okay. Yeah. I just wonder, would people really be that interested in it? That'd be my only question. Brunch with Tiffany. That's her. That was one of her reality shows. I mean, they had a reality show called House of Villains. I could see Tiffany Henyard in that though. I could see her doing that. Now it might need to be called Cell Block D of Villains because we need her to go to jail. But if she doesn't go to jail, House of Villains, like there literally is they got several episodes, several seasons? They had 2 seasons of this thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on, y'all. Let me see who these villains are. Who are these people? I don't even know who these folk are. Here. Okay, for real. All right, for real. Y'all know good and well Tiffany could be in this group. All right, House of Villains, season 2. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and the rest are women. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6 guys, 6 girls. Okay, yeah. From Project Runway, The Circle. What is that? Selling Sunset, RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay, that's probably a guy then. Big Brother Canada, Vanderpump Rules. What? The Challenge, Flavor of Love. There you go. Flavor of Love. Survivor, Bad Girls Club, Jersey Shore. Man, Real Housewives. Oh my gosh. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh my gosh. We do not look. Atlanta does not need this anymore. We don't need this shenanigans. But yeah, they got a whole show about villains from reality television. That is wild, man. All right. Real Side Chicks of Dalton is diabolical, by the way. Y'all came up with some great names the other night about, I think we were talking about reality television shows for Tiffany Henyard or Fonnie or something. No, it was about Tiffany. You all came up with some killer ones, y'all. Y'all are the best. I looked her up. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, bring her back on here. Peyton is is rooting for. Okay, what if we put Tiffany in here, but rather than like a biography, she actually was in one of these villain house things, whatever. Sherry said she's not that smart. She would have to have one of her goons sleep under the bed if she did the show. She couldn't compete a task alone. That is hilarious. The villains of mayors in the Southland. I mean, there's a lot of meat on that bone for sure. I don't give it a year before she's in one of these shows. It really depends on if she goes to jail. But if she doesn't go to jail, I'm right there with you. Then it's just a matter of which one she's gonna pop up on. But like Sherry said, she's gonna probably go to jail, just not as soon as we think she will. But I can rock with that. She's there, so Sherry has a little bit more insight than me. I can take that. That's gonna be a hard one, Lisa. Okay, let me ask a question. Does it have to be what kind of store does it have to be? Like just clothing store, grocery store, what like what? 'Cause I'm trying to think like would I go to like an auto parts store and see if I can find something faster than if I went to a clothing store. Yeah, I think this I think she would fit in here pretty well. She got less than 1% of Thornton Township's total population. Why is that not surprising? That's a fantabulous question, Crow. I agree with you. Maybe we can talk Sherry into coming on tomorrow for my birthday. And we can do like a Sherry and Jason uh chit chat. Maybe Sherry will give us some time tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think I'm with you. I just don't think she's that interesting. Most people weren't obsessed with her like like I was. But let me ask this. If she got in this mix, brilliant disguise, just to play the advocate, if she got in this mix with all these people here and she got to act a fool with all of them, do you think that she would become potentially interesting? Because like I don't know these people, but here's New York. That's Tiffany Pollard is her name. Would she have been interesting if she was not on a reality show cutting up? Probably not. Probably not. So if that be the case, then I'm just wondering if Tiffany Henyard was in one of these reality shows, would she become interesting? Just a thought. I mean, I could be 100% wrong. You know I could. Oh, Sherry's coming. We got it. We got Sherry time. We got Sherry and Jason and Dear Woe Christian time tomorrow. There we go. I'll shoot you a text. Them alphabet boys are taking her goons first, then they're coming for Tiff. There you go. I no, let me just be honest and upfront. I don't think that she's going to be free in order to be doing some reality television. But I was only proposing if she didn't go, if they didn't for whatever reason, some cosmic injustice, what would she do? And I think she would end up on a reality TV show. I don't think she would do a podcast because you really have to have a different type of personality. And in my opinion, I think her personality is geared more toward this kind of combative, being abrasive, being a burr in somebody's saddle. That's it. What's going on? Lady Luck Club is in the building. Hey, I just finished my Lacey indictment video. What's going on? Well, if you need to know what's going on, we were over here having a little bit of fun talking about your girl only getting 193 votes, which is basically less than 1% of the population of the township. So that's what we've been doing right here. So your girl got 193 votes. Oh, and by the way, if you did want to see this, let me drop this link in here before I get out of here and drop that again. That is from the Cook County Clerk's office. What's the good news? Lady Luck Club, what's the good news? Tell me the good news. You've been laughing for many hours. Okay. What you been laughing about? We got to know. Hey, what's going on, Magnolia Peach? Good to see you. Okay, what did I say? Oh, you're talking about the... Okay, what was it? Oh, got you. You're laughing at your girl getting 193. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, that's again, that's less than 1%. That's pretty bad. Let's just call that thing exactly what it is. That's pretty bad. That was not drones and the buses and the cars and trying to land planes, all that kind of stuff, ma'am. But we knew she was selling wolf tickets on that stuff a long time ago, so that wasn't anything new. But we were talking about I didn't realize, well, there is a reality television show of all the villains that were on other reality television shows. This is like going into some Inception stuff here. I heard somebody was at the Markham courthouse trying to change their name a couple of weeks ago. Who? What you mean? Sherry, what you talking about? Sherry, what you talking about, Willis? Oh, I'm gonna let you go live. I'm gonna get ready to go to sleep so I can take my baby to school in the morning and get up and cause chaos. Oh, did I drop this link? Then hit the link. There we go. But all right, before I get out of here, I want to say again, thank y'all so much. There's 430 y'all on here. Appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much. I believe Lady Luck Club is about to go live, so I want to give her some time to get over there. And yeah, you got the document. So again, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I just want to go over and just look at some of these numbers and then just have a good time talking with you all. Tomorrow is my birthday, so I'm gonna be doing a live stream tomorrow. Just a birthday live stream. I got a lot of good people coming through. We already know Sherry's coming through. I think Lady Luck Club might pop through and all that kind of good jazz. But just want to chop it up with you all, have some good time. I do have some panels and panelists coming on to talk about some various topics, lots of content creators. So it should be fun. We got some good questions for them and give y'all a good chance to interact with them as well. So I want to say thank you again. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, for supporting the channel, supporting good content, and helping us to grow this community of good quality content creators out here. It means a lot that y'all tap in with me, reach out with all the others. So I really appreciate y'all. We're going to do it again real soon, everybody. So until then, grace and peace. See you soon.